What's going on, guys? Your boy Way Waters. I'm tired. I just got back from vacation. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I just got back from vacation. As you can see, still unpacking. It was a nice little 3-day vacation or whatever, but I appreciate you guys for 200 plus subscribers, man. That shit means a lot to me. I've been getting a lot of questions. I've been getting a lot of people asking me for this video that I'm about to do right now. This is for the Nike sneakers Travis Scott Ghost release setup. So let's just get right into it because I'm shot. I'm gonna try to be as detailed as possible. Let's just get into it. So as you see, this is the Nike sneakers app, and I'm talking quiet, guys, because my newborn, he's asleep. You know, he had a long vacation too, man. But we're still on 2.7.0. The first thing you want to do in the morning, which is 5:11, you know, you want to click that check for updates button. I don't know if they will be updating again, but it seems to be working nice and smooth for me. Sneakers will be a shit show tomorrow. So if you guys are expecting a smooth cop or, you know, expecting all your accounts not, you know, to be good and great and, you know, just, you know, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. But this is what, you know, to start off, first and foremost, to put your accounts in. I'm not going to do it because I have all my accounts in. You're going to hit settings. On the right side, it's going to show the proxies. On the left side, it's going to show the accounts. So you just copy and paste from your proxy provider here, and then copy and paste from your Nike provider here. It's supposed to be an email, 2 dots, password, no spaces. Make sure there's no spaces under it. Make sure there's no spaces on the left of it. You just want to make sure that's right. Click the save button, because one time I had a release where I did not click the save button, and it really screwed me up. I didn't know why I wasn't making tasks, and it's because, you know, I tried to make the task, but it wasn't going through because I didn't click the save button. But let's just get into it, guys. All right, so what you're going to do first is you're going to, of course, hit the Travis Scott button right there. Travis Scott button. You're going to hit your desired sneaker. Of course, tomorrow is the Travis Scott release, which is one of the most sought out release of the year. You're going to click that button. It's going to bring up that SKU number for you. It's going to automatically go to full size run 7 through 15, which is incorrect, guys. Oh, let's backpedal a little bit. Now, if you open up your Ghost and you don't, if it says error fetching here, that means, and you're running under a server, that means that you're banned from Nike sneakers. So you want to make sure that you have your proxies in and your accounts in first and foremost before you do anything. And then you want to make sure you have your profiles in. That's one of the first things you want to do. And then when you refresh it, it will pop up like that. If it does not pop up, check your proxies. You want to make sure that your proxies are good. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to click the Travis Scott button. You're going to have the serial, the SKU number here, which is CD4487-100. It's going to give you the wrong full-size run number. Now, Travis Scott's are running from 8, well, at least on the Snkrs app, they're running from 8 to 12, and then a 13 and a 14. So that means they're not going to have 12 and a half, 14 and a half, and 15 or anything bigger. So it's 8 to 12, 13 and 14. So, and then, so that's 8 tasks right here. If you do a full-size run under your desired billing, it's going to be 8 tasks. So say if you got 300 accounts, 200 accounts, you know that if you click this button twice, it'll make 16 tasks for you. You want to make sure, sorry guys. All right, you want to make sure that you are under the Snkrs app, not the desktop Nike app, because I heard that the desktop Nike app, they like to, they really like to switch up things. So say if you put the SKU number, you might cop a shoe that you don't want. They've been getting real smart with that. So, but with the Nike Snkrs app, it searches with this button right there, and you're almost guaranteed that it will find the Air Jordan 1 Travis Scott's. You put your desired billing in. Now, if you guys live in an apartment, I suggest that you guys do ask a friend or a family member if you can use their address, because you want to get as much pairs in one household as possible. And not only that, you want to kind of switch up the debit card numbers and the billing numbers, because, you know, Nike's getting smart with that too. They're seeing that if you know, it's only a 2-minute raffle, so I don't see how, and there's going to be thousands of people entering. So, you know, you might still, I wouldn't say lucky. You have a good chance of still getting a lot of pairs on the same debit card. Excuse me. So yeah, you have a good chance of getting a lot of pairs on the same debit card. But if you have privacy, you know, and say if you got 200 accounts, I mean, why not generate, you know, 8 debit card numbers or something like that. You know, privacy.com is basically something where, you know, you can generate different debit cards and it's linked to the same bank account and it doesn't come out that same day. So say even if you only have $400 in your privacy account and you have a spending limit of 1,500, something like that, it will keep cooking up Travis Scott's until you hit your limit. And then the next day or two, it would try to take it out of your account. If you don't have enough, it will just say it bounced. You don't pay any overdraft fees. You don't pay anything. And then you just settle the account when you get the profit from Travis Scott. So privacy is really good. Another thing that I use for virtual card numbers is Token. It's an app. It's basically the same thing as privacy, just a little bit more limited. You could only use one debit. You can generate as much. They call them tokens. They don't call them virtual debit cards. They call them tokens, but you could generate you could use one token per site. So you could only use one token for Nike sneakers, but it'll do the same thing as privacy. You know, just keep cooking up, and then the next day it will, you know, try to take it out of your account. If you don't have enough, it will just lock your account until you settle the balance. You know, so once you get those profits back, if you're really cooking up Travis Scott's like that, you don't have anything to worry about. You're not paying any overdraft fees, any bounce check fees, or whatever it is. But let's get back into it. So like I said, 8 to 12, you're going to generate 8 tasks per billing. So if you do 2 and you have 200 accounts, you have 16 tasks per. So what you do is you go 8, you know, you use your whatever billing you have, make sure it's on Snkrs app. Make sure the serial number's in there, and then you're going to click create, right? So now you have 16 tasks on there, and then whatever other billing, you don't have to change anything else. All you have to do is just in this box right here is just change the billing. Like I said, if you are in an apartment, you want to make sure that is off because you will get the wrong, you know, the UPS man will not know where to ship it if you're in an apartment because it's a specific apartment number. But if you're in a house, that is no problem. You want you want to keep that on. Random phone, I would always keep that on. You know, you just don't want them to detect that you're getting more than one pair in one household. But I suggest you ask a friend or something like that. Or even like, say if you live in like a apartment where there's like 4 doors next to each other and it's like apartment 2B, apartment 3B, apartment 4B. You know, if you know the neighbor or even if you know that there's a box there, you know, take random apartment off, take random name off, and then, you know, put their apartment number, apartment 3B, apartment 4B. If it has your name on it, just knock on the door and say, hey, I mistakenly, whatever you got to say, you know. But for me, I actually live in a complex, but I have my mother's address. I have a whole bunch of addresses. So for these, I will put random apartment on, and then I will click create, and I'll create as much tasks as I have accounts. So if you have 200 accounts, what I'd suggest, I would probably make 205, 206 just in case, you know, just in case you get a banned proxy or something like that and it's trying to generate another proxy. You just want to make as much as possible. Or if your account's unverified, so you just want to click that create button and make sure that, you know, everything is right. The random name, random apartment, random phone. And like I said, guys, in the morning, you want to click that check for update button. You want to make sure that your ghost is up to date. Now, when you do that, you're going to have all your tasks up, as you see here. Tomorrow, I'm running about 1,500 accounts. I didn't finish creating tasks. I got 881 right now, but I didn't finish creating tasks. But I'm just going to show you guys what you should be seeing tomorrow morning. You know, to make sure your proxies aren't banned, make sure everything's okay. So when if you take off the disable pre-carding and settings, then your task will start at 10 on the dot. But I wouldn't suggest that because I know the site's going to crash. I know it's going to be laggy. I know you probably don't have the fastest proxies, especially if you're running a lot of accounts. You're probably not running data center proxies, which are faster than residential proxies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that pre-carding on. So say if I start at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, when I click this start button, It's going to say getting SKU, getting cookie. And as you see, the Air Jordan 1 High OG Travis Scott popped up. Now, this is going to take a minute. It's going to say error getting cookie for a long time. Maybe, you know, 10, 15, whatever. It's going to take a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at 9 Eastern Standard Time if the release is at 10. Now, after all this is done right here, it's going to say pre-carding at 9:45, 9:50. So that means at 9:45, it's going to get everything ready, and it's going to make sure that it's going to enter that raffle. So after it enters the raffle at the certain time that it says, it's usually 9:45, 9:50 if you're starting it at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, around once it hits 10 o'clock, it's going to enter all the raffles, and then it's going to say getting raffle, checking raffle entry at 10:03, 10:04, whatever. You know, it's going to say a certain time. So that's what you really want to see. And like I said, if you're getting these error getting cookie signs, you shouldn't be too worried. Look, it's going to say checking account status. You know, it's going to get a cookie to check the account status. You want to make sure your account's verified. I got a couple unverified accounts in here, you know, but it's not a big thing. Like, okay, so now it says starting at 5:11. That's what it's supposed to say when you don't have pre-carding on. So it's going to say, it's saying starting at 10 a.m. So that means at 10 on the dot is going to try to enter it, but I will have pre-carding on. So that will say something different. It would say pre-carding at 5:11, 2019, you know, 9:45 a.m., 9:50 a.m., something like that, you know. But if it says, if you click it and it just says waiting for product and it just stays on waiting for product, then that means your proxy is banned, and that is not a good thing. You don't ever want to see it say waiting for product except for the initial, you know, click. When you first click it, it might say waiting for product. That should only happen for about, yeah, I'll give it from like 5 to like 25 seconds. If it says anything past 25 seconds, that means your proxies are banned, or just that proxy is banned, you know. So what you would do, what I did was I'll go click on, I'm not going to show you guys on my settings because I have everything in my accounts and everything. But what you'll do is you'll click on settings, and then on the right side, you'll just, you know, if you have residential proxies, you're probably on a gigabyte plan, which means, you know, you have unlimited amount of proxies up to 2 gigabytes, which is like, think of it as a cell phone. You know, if you have a cell phone with a certain amount of gigabyte plans, once that plan is up, then everything is in, you know, it doesn't work. Excuse me. But, you know, so it's you have unlimited proxies. So what I'll do is I'll delete like the first 10 and I'll generate 10 more, you know. And that's why it's so important for me at least to have the pre-carding on. But guys, you do what you feel is right. If you feel like you don't need a pre-card and you feel like your proxies are fast enough to enter at 10 a.m., then do that. You know, Ghost itself, they say enter 2 hours early. So that means if it's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that means at 8 a.m. they want you to start all your tasks. You know, I don't know. You know, maybe I'll start some of them at 8, you know, and I just don't know. You know, I don't know about that. I'm more of an hour, you know, just to give myself some time, just in case something gets banned, just in case the accounts are unverified, something like that. You give yourself a nice little leeway. They want you to take off pre-carding, and then they want you to, you know, start at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So when you click that button, it's going to say what you guys just seen, starting at 10. So it's just going to stay, you know, it's going to stay incognito mode, basically in idle mode. It's kind of like a timer, you know, and then once 10 o'clock hits, they're all going to change and say checking, you know, entering accounts. But you only have 2 minutes and the site's going to be laggy. So that's why I'm going to keep my pre-carding on, just so I can get all my accounts in there, you know. So, you know, let's just do a quick conclusion. Like I said, sizes 8 through 12, they'll get you 8 tasks, right? If you hit it twice, you get 16 tasks, 3 times. You just do the math, just add 8 on. Snkrs app, you don't really want to go on desktop. Like I said, they changed the links. Oh, and another thing, you want to make sure that there's no space in between here. Like, if it's like that, man, you're screwed out. It's always the little things that make you cop that L. You want to make sure that there's completely no space back. If you got to hit that thing 50 times, make sure that there's no space before the SKU number. And like I said, if you guys want to get the other sizes, the 13 and 14, all you got to do is take full size run off. As you know, I did that before. Size 14, and then the quantity 10. So you'll have 10 size 14s on this billing. All you got to do is switch to billing, click create, switch to billing, click create. Random name, like I said, what it does is it gives you a random name for the order, which I don't know if that's really a big deal, because I mean, how many John Smiths are out there, you know? I mean, they're not gonna really stop your order for having the same name. I mean, in my opinion, you know, it just gives you that extra cushion just to keep it on. I mean, why not? You know, random apartment is really important in my opinion. If you live in a household and you want more than one pair in the same household and off the same card, to be honest, random apartment and random phone is pretty, you know, important. And if you want to check your order, you know, people keep asking me, what about the G, you know, you bought Nike accounts. I bought Nike accounts, and you know, I don't have the password to that actual email. You don't have to worry about that, because it pops up in results. So say, you know, once you run your task, all this is going to go up. That means that it's entered. That means that you know, you got your entries in, and then this is going to go up too, of course, because you're not going to win every time. But every time this clicks one, you know, it's gonna go. If you win, when you win, you know, we're gonna keep a positive mindset. It's gonna go to 1, you know, 2, and then while that's happening, your results, only the winning results come up here. So it's gonna say winner. It's gonna show the size, the SKU, you know. It's just gonna say Travis Scott, whatever, and then the email that it won on, and then the profile, the order number. You only need the email and the order number. Or I think when you even check on Nike.com, all you need is the order number and the zip code, which will be your zip code, which you know, whatever house it went at. But what I do too is on the billing, I label it token. You know, this is my token card, and this is the, you know, one of the addresses. This is the street name, Plaintree. So I know, okay, if in my analytics, if it says what profile it was, it'll say token Plaintree. Okay, so I know that that's going to Plaintree, you know, and so on and so forth. So the email is not really important because it's a part of the Nike account that you purchased, you know. So it's just the only thing that you really need here when you win is profile and order number. And when this thing starts clicking up, man, that's the best feeling in the world. Of course, you're gonna see this thing going crazy. You're gonna see losers going so fast you can't even read the numbers. But the I'm sorry, I guess I like caught a cold being on vacation. But the entries, you're gonna see that going up crazy too. But you're gonna see this go one by one when you win. It's just gonna go 1, 2, and then while that's happening, you're gonna see a big green sign right here saying winner. You know, it's gonna say winner, winner, and then your size, of course, you know, that's important. You want to see which size you got, and then of course it's gonna say Travis Scott here, the email that won, then your profile, which is your billing profile, and then the order number, which is also important. Now, if you have a catch-all Gmail address, then of course you will get those emails. You'll have everything specific on those emails, and you would know exactly about it. You know, it's less work that you have to do, but it's not bad. You know, if you're winning and you get that order number, you're typing it in Nike, I'm sure you're not going to be mad that you have to really look up your order number. You know, it's not really a big deal. And people ask me about the task-specific proxy, task-specific account. It's not really it's not important to me. I mean, unless you have, say if you have 50 data center proxies and you know that they're fast and you just want to run those, then you know, all you have to do is click task-specific proxy, copy and paste the proxy here, and if you have a special account you want to use, you copy and paste the account here, and then you run the task. Now, you can't do that for full size run, of course, because it's a specific task that you're trying to run with a specific proxy and a specific account, you know. So you trying to run, you would only want to run 1-1 ratio, which means one proxy per task. You don't want to run any more than that. So you would keep this on 1, whatever your desired size is for all the personal coppers out there. if I get 5, 6 pairs, man, I'm definitely keeping a pair. And because I have 200 subscribers, I will be giving early links on where else they will be dropping tomorrow. I will be running an AIO bot 2, a Shopify bot, which is Eve, which they also just updated. So if you guys have Eve, I will, or any Shopify bot, I will have the early links for you guys just because I have 200 plus subscribers. I really appreciate that, guys. If you guys have any questions, I'll be up probably for another hour or so before I get some sleep before the release. I got everyone that like in my family really like going for this release for me. Like they're really like into it now. Like they see that how important this is for me, and they see that my YouTube channel is growing. So I really appreciate that, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions at all, you can DM me on Instagram. It's at Waysupream, WAYSUPREAM, or you could DM me at Twitter at Hail Nipsey, R.I.P. Nipsey. That is HAILNIPSEY. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, guys. Like I said, when we get closer to the 500 followers, 500 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. Like I got 200 plus subscribers now, so I'm just giving out some early links. If you guys aren't in the cook group, this will really help. This is really beneficial. And a little site list to let you guys know where they will be dropping. Definitely check that Travis Scott drop, but you guys will see the site list. Just make sure you guys, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and turn those notifications on. Let me know if I'm doing this right. Let me know what I could be doing better. I know I'm shaky with the camera sometimes. I'm really tired. Just got back from vacation, but this is your boy, Way Waters, and thank you for watching my video, and I am out.